Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, I am Bridget Brown Jackson. I am a behavioral wealth strategist, but I am the founder of Exponential Edge Ventures. And for the month of February, I have been coming in here giving you some leadership legends knowledge. And today is going to be one of those magnificent days. I'm going to really share with you somebody that is an unsung hero in the Black History movement. A lot of people may not know about her like we know about some other popular figures, but I'm going to talk about an activist that made a lot of stuff right here in my city, the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. Listen, today we're going to be talking about Rosa Gragg, Dr. Rosa Gragg. She was absolutely, absolutely amazing in the work that she did, and she made sure that she left an imprint in her leadership. So she was born in 1904, and she passed away, unfortunately, in 1989, right? But she was an activist, she was a school founder, and she was a politician. Let's unpack this about her and her leadership. So if this is your first time listening to me, again, my name is Bridget Brown Jackson. I'm a behavioral wealth strategist, so I love talking about the wealth in our behavior. So today we're going to unpack Rosa Gragg's her impact that she made on the world through her leadership. Okay. And so she was a teacher, she was a school administrator, and she actually was a civil rights activist. And she advocated for the rights of everybody, but especially she advocated for the rights of her people, African Americans. Her activism started literally in the 1930s, but in the 1940s, she started becoming more on the political scene. Okay. So she decided, listen, I need to make an impact, but I'm going to make an impact and put an imprint into politics. And that's just what she did. So she got involved in politics. We know her because of her skill, because of her force, and because of the fact that she was all about making sure that all of that was connected to the economic base. She was absolutely a phenomenal, phenomenal leader. And we're going to unpack what those three leadership principles were. But I just want you to know she served under multiple presidents. So she literally was under the administration of JFK, Lyndon B. Johnson. Listen, she was there when the Civil Rights Act was put into place. She was there when the Voting Rights Act was put in place. She was there. So she did her work in leadership and made sure that other people were able to be blessed by her. And I particularly love what she did here in the city of Detroit. So she wanted to make sure that education was important. So she founded a school that was for people of color because she wanted to make sure that they had all of the tools necessary, like I said, so that they could have skill, they could have force, and they could have money. Right. So in 1947, she founded that school, and it was called the Slade Gragg Academy. And it was an academy for practical arts. And it was right here in Detroit, Michigan. And it was during a time where struggles for Blacks was not easy. But she knew if I educated people, then I could help them progress and move even more. Right. But let's go back a little bit because she did something amazing before she started the school. In 1941, she bought some property. All right. She pulled together her money with some other women. They were a part of the Detroit women's club, right? It was called the Colored Women's Club back then. Now it's still in existence and it's called the Detroit Women's Club. And they pulled their money together and they bought a piece of property. But here was the thing. It was illegal for them to buy the property that they bought. You all know, well, maybe you don't. If you didn't know, there's a lot of illegal stuff that used to happen with redlining and all of these different things back in the day that, again, now we don't do that kind of stuff. Some people still try, but it's illegal. So she built a house, and the home that she built, the homeowner sold it to her. She bought the house, but the street that it was on Ferry Street here in Detroit, was a street that Blacks couldn't even walk down. They couldn't go through the front doors of those homes, and they weren't even allowed on the front of it. So when she bought it, they were telling her that she was going to, my 5 minutes is up. I'm trying to hurry up and get this. That she was in deed restrictions. So she was breaking deed restrictions, right? So she was so innovative. She was so ingenious. She was so clever. She took the back door, the side door on Brush Street that was okay for blacks to be on, and she moved the address, and she moved the staircase, and she moved the front door so that they could have this empowering, impactful home. So let's talk about her leadership qualities. Let's talk about what that means to you. As a leader, you need to be resilient. She was absolutely resilient. She did not allow somebody else to dictate what she could do. She had resistance to the status quo. And so we can do the same thing as leaders. We need to resist the status quo. She was empathetic. The things that she did had nothing to do about her only. She cared about other people at a deep, deep level. So she was very emotionally intelligent as well as she was cognitively intelligent. She graduated valedictorian of her college. Literally, she was bad to the bone on both sides. And then last but not least, she was definitely visionary. She saw some things for the city of Detroit that the average person probably didn't see at that level. And so she did that. And so we want to say kudos to her. We want to recognize her. And we just want to say, because of her bold and courageous acts, we have women here and all over the country that are still able to do some things because we stand on the shoulders of giants. So if you didn't know Rosa Slade Gragg, and excuse my little space not being in there. If you did not know this genius, now you know. So drop in the comments, what does this mean for you, for your leadership? What can you pull from her to do today in your leadership? Again, my name is Bridget Brown Jackson. I love coming in here every day. This is day number 12. We did, again, Rosa Gragg. We are doing somebody every day for the month of February. Have you been learning? Have you been able to use the information of their leadership to help sharpen your leadership? Again, I'm a behavioral wealth strategist. I love talking to people so they understand the wealth in your behavior. All right, bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.